Welcome everyone and thank you for being here. My name is Martin, I'm the developer of Eigengrau. Today I had planned to do a casual co-op game with a good friend, but unfortunately due to technical reasons I will play alone together, but he's here to support me. Thank you for being here. So I will play Eigengrau together, alone unfortunately, as far as I can get and explain a bit of the game. You can also post questions and I will try to answer them as good as possible depending on the current gameplay. So I don't think we have much time, so we can immediately start the game and I can try to give you a little introduction to it. So let's just start classic mode. We will not be able to finish the whole game, but I can at least show you the first few levels and explain a little bit. I'm not really that accustomed with streaming the stuff I'm doing, so the game offers a little bit of accessibility options. So for good SHMUP players you can just disable them, but because I will struggle a little bit playing it and talking at the same time, I will enable those accessibility options a little bit, but I will try to play on hard difficulty. I hope my muscle memory is good enough to still being able to play it good enough. Okay, let's just start. One thing first, Eigengrau. A lot of people ask me, what does Eigengrau even mean? So it's actually the name of the color you see when you don't see anything, so when you have no visual stimulus. And the game itself has a lot to do with color, or the conflict between color and the absence of color. And I think the name fits quite well. Oops, yeah, I'm already screwing it up, but I think this is okay. So I worked on this game for, I think, over 10 years or so, but I was not always working on it. I had a lot of time in between where I didn't work on it. Oh my god. At first it was what you might call a typical Euro SHMUP. So it had inertia, big health bars, RPG elements, and all the stuff, all the forbidden words. So I will stop with the not chasing you away. And I had no idea what I actually want from this game, and stopped working on it many years ago. I worked on other games then, and one of those games was a small breakout clone called Throwout, which was just an experiment in JavaScript where I tried to learn the language actually. And while then implementing this game, a lot of levels, I tried to add a couple of levels, but they were all boring, and tried to make them a bit more spicy, and then added different gameplay elements to this level, to each of those levels in this breakout clone. And people actually liked it. They said, "Oh my god, didn't want to stop playing because I want to see what's up next." And based on this, when I went back to my shoot 'em up, I thought, hey, okay, why not do the same in a shoot 'em up and try to surprise the player with different gimmicks and mechanics and stuff like that. And then when going back to it, finally removing all the Euro SHMUPiness of it and implementing all the different gameplay elements, I prototyped and then reflashed into interesting levels. It suddenly made fun again. It was not that bad anymore after all those years ago. And working a couple of years on it, I finished it and released it this summer. And I hope a couple of you picked it up and had fun with it. So this is what was the most important part for me, that other people have fun. And I hope I was able to somehow achieve a little bit in this direction. Yeah, as you see, I'm not that that good with playing and talking at the same time, even when I'm the developer. So one other thing you might immediately see is that you can shoot into 4 directions, 4 different directions. So it's not a, as you can see, a normal vertical or even a normal horizontal shoot 'em up. Even though the primary direction is still vertical. A lot of people called it, I think, a twin stick shooter, but it was never my intention to actually make a twin stick shooter. So one of the biggest inspirations for this mechanic was actually the game Hellfire from Torplan. I hope I pronounced it correctly, which I played 30 years ago on my Mega Drive at Genesis. In this game, this is a horizontal shoot 'em up where you can shoot into multiple directions. You can shoot into front, back, sides, and diagonally. And I really liked that mechanic. And this was basically inspiration for really focusing on this kind of multi-shooting gameplay, even in a more on top of a more traditional shoot 'em up. And as you can see already, the first level already finished was more of an introduction, and beginning with this one, the game already throws a couple of different mechanics at you. At first, this kind of shield where this 4-way shooting I just explained is basically get a training again to this mechanic, so that in later stages you can focus more on the different kinds of gimmicks instead of the controls of the ship. Especially the later mechanics turned out to be a little bit more complex, and so I tried to make the input of the ship itself as easy as possible. So you don't really have like bombs or a hyper mode or stuff like that. So you can really focus on the stuff happening on screen instead of having to worry about too many resources, in this case, of your ship. The scoring system is quite trivial too. For the normal stages, you have a regular combo system in the upper left corner. So with each, oh no, I messed it up. With each enemy you destroy, you increase your multiplier and can chain it, and the multiplier just runs out after some timer when you get hit. And I tried to make the stages in a way that you are able to hold the combo as good as possible with the timings and stuff like that. Another thing important for the scoring is the time. As you might see, not all of the enemies just fly by and everything you missed just disappears. But you can speed everything up by just playing faster and destroying enemies faster. This makes it also possible to basically adjust the speed of the game on your playing style. When you just destroy enemies faster, you basically get more pressure, but you also get more score in the end based on a time bonus, risk and reward basically, and also which works well for the part where I wanted that even unexperienced people, with all the accessibility options and so on, can have fun with the game by not being pressured too much, as you can see here, and can just play with their style or in their speed. This mechanic, by the way, was most of the mechanics were inspired by different other games, not only other shoot 'em ups, but also like Zelda, Mario, Sonic even, This mechanic here was actually inspired by R-Type game. I don't remember which one. There's one level where some fishes fly around. As soon as you shoot them, they charge into the direction they were looking for. I was just thinking, what can I do with this? It looks so fun. I want to implement something similar. And as you can see, I just tried to twist and bend it as interesting as possible. R-Type 2, thank you, Craig. As I can. You can also see there are a couple of things like this one here, which, oh no, I missed it, which play with the time bonus I mentioned before. You can do like a couple of different optional tasks in each level, where they don't take too much time, or basically can be done on the side, where you can get not only those small badges in the in the lower right corner, but also get a little bit of bonus time, which affects your medal and your bonus score at the end of each part. This mechanic here, for example, was inspired by The Legend of Zelda, where you often had a couple of enemies which basically mimic your mimic your movements. I hated those enemies. I think primarily from the third Zelda on the Super Nintendo, because they were always so tricky to defeat, and I don't think I made it much easier in this game. So this is one of those small tasks again. They also move in based on your position. Yep. And I did it. Excellent. So I'm not getting the highest medals here because I'm just too concentrated talking a little bit and also having the chat in view. But I might miss a couple. If you already asked something, I might have missed it. I'm really sorry. As you can imagine, it's quite hard for me if you're not experienced streamer. So I think now that the second boss should come up. The scoring system. Warnung. The scoring system for the boss enemies is a little bit different. So you don't have the combo multiplier anymore, but you have some kind of chain, as you can see in the upper left corner. As long as you keep attacking the boss enemy, you build up your chain, and after some time, or when you get hit, the chain gets multiplied with the current multiplier and added to your main score. The multiplier is then just based on the health, on the current health of the boss. And so if you play more aggressively and try to basically move as much chain as possible to later part of the boss, the more score you get. And I thought it also interesting that in most games okay, now I mess it up again. That just to pressure and training and whatever. At least for me, I feel that the later parts of a boss are always the most intense ones, and so it made sense to me to reward this part with more score. So, and as you can see, the first boss before the sword was still quite simple, but as you can see here in the first true boss, it uses a lot of the mechanics you saw in the earlier parts of the stage. So these are not really just one-off gimmicks, but I tried to, while the stage itself basically introduces those gimmicks, the boss itself then mixes them up or twists them into a new direction. And without spoiling too much, all those mechanics will reappear another time, very late in the game. Again. And where then I had even the opportunity to, as I said before, to mix them up a little bit and even combine them. I just had so many ideas how I could combine them that I thought that's quite interesting. What else I can say? I just continue losing. I think did not even require to set this accessibility options too much. I still have 28 shield left. I see in the lower right left corner. So my muscle memory seems to be still good enough, it seems. Well, I always mess it up. I was also looking a little bit on the chat. I would really had hoped to show you the co-op gameplay with my friend. So I tried that to not just have it like a second player is there which does exactly the same like the first player, but in a lot of cases the mechanics, gimmicks, and also the enemy and bullet patterns are modified to make sure that both players have like a little bit of unique experience, which I can show you, or at least show you unfortunately not without a second player, but I can tell you in the next substage. The next substage was interestingly also inspired by R-Type. I think this was R-Type 3 this time, where there were a couple of enemies which lay like I don't know what it is, like droplets, and you can shoot through those droplets to oh, sorry, I'm just too concentrated again. Yeah, to just remove them and progress forward in the game. And one of the things in this stage I made for co-op was that only one player can only destroy one of those droplets or bullets of his type, and both players have worked together to basically support each other here and overcome this challenge. It's not that hard as it sounds, because you still have like two people shooting at the same time, which makes it quite easy to clear the screen, even when only one bullet is affected. The first two stages, the intro and the green zone, let's call it that. It's actually the name is Virido from this song. It's actually Latin for green anyway. So the green zone, where most of those sub-stages were still kind of introductions, and with this stage the gameplay mechanics get a little bit more complicated. And as you can see, there are even a couple of bonus scores you can get here for enabling those plates. So when making this game, I just hope to give the player as much as possible to explore. I know I struggled then a little bit with making sure it's not just too complex, and people can still just look at it, play it a little bit, and see how it goes without thinking too much about the mechanics. But I still wanted to try out a couple of interesting ideas. No, come on. So, now I got it. Somehow. Excellent. This stage here, as you might already see, was this time not inspired by a shoot 'em up. This was inspired by also one of my favorite game franchises, was Bomberman. As you can see, those are like, oh, and I messed it up again. Or should be like underwater bombs, and they explode into these linear patterns instead of traditional explosions, which was like this kind of pattern you see in the Bomberman games. But as you see, I was not really like only creating the normal axis aligned bomb patterns, but yeah, I really try to twist and move everything as much and as interesting as possible for the player. Wow. So a lot of the this four-way shooting, I think I mentioned it already, I'm not sure, so I guess I will just repeat. I try to not make it just a simple gimmick of, oh yeah, now you can shoot into 4 directions, but a lot of the stages really require you to think how to actually shoot, or how to approach the challenges from which side. Sometimes mechanics get affected by the way your ship is looking, or in co-op how the ships of both players are looking, in which direction, and then you have to combine basically. Oh, no, I missed it. The traditional shooting, dodging, and then of course shooting in the right direction. Oh no, I messed it up. So my focus was really that to just give the player a little bit of fun and stuff to explore. I think from the time we still have 5 minutes left, I think I can still show you the next boss. I think this is, as far as I remember, everything you can also see in the demo. So there is there's a demo of the game if you want just to try it out on Steam and on itch. I think I saw the link before for Steam at least. So the game should be participating in the SHMUP Fest anyway, so I hope you can find it. The demo contains the first 3 levels. And a little bit of story. The game has actually a little bit of story, but this was not really my focus. I don't want to get too much into the details, but you might see, at least at the end of the demo, some weird images and a weird character popping up. Don't be confused, this should be part of the subtle story. But my focus was really more on the gameplay. Yes, Warnung. Warnung, I'm not sure why I kept it that way. Warnung is not a typo, it is actually the German word for warning. Just a character different, but when I just hard-coded the text at first, I wasn't sure should I translate it. No, I just keep it in German. I found it funny. Yep. So, 2.5 minutes left now, I need to speed run. So I can show you all the phases of the boss. Achtung is an alternative for Warnung, that's right. I think it's in German, I think there's a subtle difference, but I just kept it Warnung. Made sense. Both made sense, I think. Make sense, I think. Wow. Oh. I remember I was better with that boss battle. Oh, wrong side. Ah, damn it. One other thing I can still mention is in the boss battles you often see those colorful flying drones or helpers, I often call them, which also have a subtle meaning in the very subtle story. As you can see, when you shoot at them, you basically collect them on the right side of the screen, and if you collect all of them in a boss battle, you unlock a fragment. When you collect all the fragments of all the bosses, and you are able to unlock basically a new stage or enemy at the end. I'm just spoiling it here, sorry about that. But I think it's kind of obvious that when you see it for the first time, that it will unlock something at the end of the game. But the way this game is structured, you don't have to play, again for accessibility again, play everything from the beginning. Every time when people are not comfortable with playing it from start to beginning, in the menu you can select each stage or each sub-stage individually and play them one by one, and then make like a pause in between if you want that. And to still have some kind of true final boss or true stage to unlock at the end, I made this like a permanent thing you can collect, and it's not something like you have to do in the whole run of the game all the time to unlock it. You can just do it one time, and then you have basically a chance to see the true ending. Okay, thank you. I see the time is already over. And to not hold up our relay too much, let's see if the next one is quite interesting. Up next is the Caravan Kumite for developers Rolling Crow, Bokok, More Salty and Brandon play each other's games, as well as their own, and explain by battling it out in the Scoring Committee Challenge. Sounds exciting. So let's see if the stream is already running, and I think it is. In this case, I hope I'm not really experienced with Twitch, so I hope I can just I can start the raid without messing it up too much. Before we go, I want to thank my co-partner for helping me today. Unfortunately, didn't work out that well, but I still want to thank you. I want to thank the organizers for making this event possible. Oh, I now see that Acton said we still have 5 minutes left. Okay, well, in this case, I will also thank all of you for joining us today. I hope you had fun. But if we still have like a couple of minutes left, I might be able even to show you one later boss battle, just a sneak peek. Not sure if I can speedrun it. I could increase the speed. No, I'm not sure. But I will just try it because I really like how this boss turned out. It is very simple. Each area of the game has like a different theme. This area has the theme space and time, and then of course the mechanics and the boss itself is also around space and time. normally you should play the mission before going to the boss, to be accustomed with the different mechanics first. But like this red stuff on the right side is like some kind of gravity field, which makes it quite interesting to move through this asteroid field for this boss battle. And of course also bends your shot, yeah. As you can see. I really like that mechanic. It's a bit tricky because the shots itself are long and don't really bend. But I think it's still, with the high shot frequency, it still looks interesting. This is, I think, one of the bosses which doesn't move so much, and you should be even able to like do a perfect chain. I just call it like that, where you should be able to, from the start to the end, be able to keep up your chain on the upper left corner. But actually was also myself never able to do it. Some people who played this boss already said that this part here reminds them a lot of Toho. The patterns are though quite easy because I wanted to do something interesting like this. As I said before, the theme was space and time, and for years I wanted to make a game where time reverts in some interesting way. Oh, damn it. And of course, space, also the other part of the theme. So I'm not sure anymore how can you say what kind of shmup this is. Is it vertical or horizontal, or just a game which just spins around all the time? I'm not sure anymore. I hope it still falls into the definition of a shmup. There were a lot of discussion recently with the Steam SHMUP Fest. But I hope at least a couple of you have fun playing it, trying out something new. So having fun was, I think I mentioned already a couple of times, was really important for me. That people are having fun with something unusual. Oh, thank you, Hauser. Perfect. Alright, luckily I was still able to also show you this boss fight. I really liked it. Even it's quite simple, but I'm so happy that I was able to add this time reverse mechanic. Okay, it took me 202 seconds. I think this was enough time. And let's look again how the other stream is going. Yeah, I think it's up. So let's see. I want to thank you all again for being here. I wish. Oh, damn it! I think it got streamed. I wish you all still a nice weekend, a happy remaining SHMUP Fest, and take care wherever you are. Thank you very much. Bye.